All right, everyone, here's what I think we're looking at. This could very well be the bottom we've been waiting for. I'm telling you guys, I really believe this is it. Now, I'm expecting we might see just a little bit more downside before we absolutely take off. And here's why that's got me so excited. There's this fascinating story that's been building momentum lately, while gold has been absolutely crushing it to the upside. And it's something I think could catch a lot of people off guard. We're talking about a major rotation from gold into Bitcoin. And when that happens, every single cryptocurrency is going to absolutely explode higher. This trend is flying completely under the radar right now. Most people just aren't seeing it coming. But I want to shine a spotlight on this because I believe our next major pump is going to be driven by exactly this narrative. So here's the bombshell. Eric Trump just came out and said Bitcoin is hitting $200,000 this year. Yeah, you heard that right. The Trump family is literally stating that by December 31st, 2025, Bitcoin should reach 200,000. Now think about this for a second. We're talking about maybe 1 to 2 months left in the year. That's it. That's an incredibly short time frame for Bitcoin to nearly triple from here. It sounds absolutely insane, but if they're right, that means any moment now we could see this thing just... Look, we need to hit that bottom soon and then just absolutely explode upward, right? Because here's the thing, if we don't have much time left, that's actually exactly how these massive pumps work. Let me explain something crucial here, guys. Pumps don't happen slowly. They don't just gradually climb like this nice steady slope. No way. What actually happens is this. Whoosh, they go fast, like really fast. And then they get even faster. It's like a snowball effect that just keeps accelerating. And here's what I think is about to happen. If the powers that be don't want to waste any time hitting those targets, they're literally just going to flip the switch. Bam! Just like that. And when they do, all that money is going to come pouring into cryptocurrency like a tidal wave. This is the narrative I believe is coming, and it's going to send cryptos absolutely sky high. Now, I know there are tons of bears out there right now. I get it. I hear you. But wait until you see these charts I'm about to show you, because there's some serious bullish energy starting to appear out of nowhere. And get this, CZ, who, let's be honest, is probably the biggest market mover in this entire industry, just dropped this prediction. Bitcoin is going to flip gold. Think about that for a second. Gold is sitting at a $30 trillion market cap right now. Now look, CZ didn't give us an exact timeline here. It might take some time, but he's absolutely confident it will happen. And guys, you need to screenshot this tweet right now, because this is going to be one of those "I told you so" moments. So what is he actually saying here? He's predicting that Bitcoin is going to reach $30 trillion plus in total market cap. Let me put that in perspective for you. We're talking about Bitcoin hitting over $1 million per coin. Yeah, you heard that right. We're not just talking about six figures anymore. We're talking about the millions range. And here's what absolutely blows my mind. People are out there saying XRP can't even hit $100. Are you kidding me right now? I mean, come on. If Bitcoin is heading into the millions per coin, and we're looking at this massive crypto market expansion, how can anyone seriously argue that XRP is capped at under $100? The math just doesn't add up, people. So, check this out. Gold just had this major dump moment, right? And when you know it, CZ jumps right back into the conversation. He drops this absolute gem. Look, gold isn't going to zero. I'm not saying gold is worthless, but Bitcoin? Bitcoin is just straight up better. And you know what? The timing of this tweet is absolutely perfect because it's happening right as gold is taking this hit. There's this incredible energy building right now, guys. You can literally feel it in the air. It's this connection between gold and Bitcoin that's getting stronger and stronger. Now, this narrative has always been there, lurking in the background. But here's what's different. It's getting louder and louder and louder. The buzz is becoming impossible to ignore. So why is this happening right now? Let me break it down for you. Take a look at this chart. This is gold on the hourly time frame. And what do we see? Over the past couple of days, gold has been absolutely tanking. I'm talking straight down, lower and lower. It's been in full dump mode. So here's what everyone's talking about right now. People are saying this could actually be a short-term top for gold. And you know what? That's exactly what we've been waiting for. Remember what I told you guys before? We need gold to cool off so all that hot money can start flowing down into Bitcoin. I even predicted we might see a pullback right around here. This consolidation phase we're seeing? This is absolutely critical because here's how the money flow works. It's like a waterfall effect, guys. First, money flows out of gold and into Bitcoin. Then, all that Bitcoin liquidity starts pouring into Ethereum. And finally, that Ethereum liquidity cascades right down into XRP and the rest of the altcoins. This is the game plan I'm starting to see unfold right before our eyes. And here's the thing. There might actually be some specific narratives brewing that are designed to bring gold down in the short term. Because for this whole rotation to work perfectly, we absolutely need gold to come down and release all that capital. And here's the first bombshell that could absolutely shake up the gold market. Get ready for this one, guys. Breaking news. Chinese researchers just pulled off something that sounds like science fiction. They've successfully created artificial gold that is literally identical to the real thing. I'm talking same appearance, same weight, same conductivity. You couldn't tell the difference if your life depended on it. Think about lab-grown diamonds for a second. Remember when those hit the market? Well, now we've got lab-grown gold, and it's 100% real. This isn't some cheap knockoff we're talking about here. This is the genuine article, just made in a lab instead of mined from the ground. Can you imagine what this could do to the traditional gold market? Now hold up a second, guys. I need to pump the brakes here and give you the real story. Turns out this post is actually twisting the facts pretty hard. What they're referring to is some 2018 research about copper. Yeah, copper, that can mimic some of gold's properties. But here's the key difference. It's definitely not identical in appearance, weight, or conductivity, and it's absolutely not actual gold. So we're talking about something that has a few similar characteristics, but it's nowhere near being the same thing. So while this headline sounds absolutely mind-blowing, the reality is way less dramatic than what's being reported here. Now here's where the timing gets absolutely fascinating, guys. This tweet dropped on October 21st, and guess what happened at the exact same time? Gold started its massive dump. And here's the thing, even if this is complete FUD, even if it's totally made up, it doesn't matter one bit. We need any kind of news that can bring gold down so all that money can flow into Bitcoin. That's just how markets work. But what I find absolutely mind-blowing is how this narrative keeps getting louder and louder and louder. Like, why is this happening right now? And I think I know the answer. Think about it. Gold has been on this absolutely insane rampage, right? It's been going completely bonkers to the upside. Gold absolutely needs to cool off right now. I mean, just look at this chart. This is completely ridiculous. This kind of parabolic move is just not sustainable, guys. But here's the beautiful part. When gold finally does cool off, where do you think all that money is going to go? That's right, straight into cryptocurrencies. It's like musical chairs, but with trillions of dollars. And this is what I find so fascinating about the timing of everything. Now check this out. This is the USD dominance chart, and what we're seeing here is absolutely crucial. Take a look at this, guys. Alright, so here's what's happening with liquidity. It's building up massively on the top side, and this is huge for what's coming next. You see all these liquidity levels that are forming? Pay close attention to this, because if they don't sweep this previous liquidity right here, you see that level I'm pointing to? And instead we get stopped out at this spot? Boom! This thing is going to absolutely crater. We're talking about a heavy, heavy dump. And when that happens, all that gold money is going to come rushing into Bitcoin like a flood. It's going to be absolutely insane, guys. This USD chart is setting up for a major collapse, and that's exactly the catalyst we need for crypto to go absolutely ballistic. And when that happens, all that money is going to absolutely flood into Bitcoin and XRP. It's going to be like opening the floodgates. Now, I'm still being patient here with XRP, though. I'm waiting for an even better entry point. I'm thinking around that $2.30 level, guys. That's where I'm planning to load up on some XRP. So I'm not rushing in just yet. I want to see that sweet spot before I pull the trigger. I'm betting big on this narrative absolutely exploding. Here's how I see it playing out. When people start getting spooked about gold, whether it's because of these new artificial gold stories or just the market cooling off, they're going to panic sell their gold positions. And where do you think all that money is going to go? Straight into Bitcoin. We're talking about a massive rotation from traditional gold holders directly into cryptocurrency. It's going to be the wealth transfer of a lifetime. Now here's what's absolutely mind-blowing about all this timing. It's so weird that this whole gold narrative is building up right when we could potentially be forming a major top here. Like, the timing is almost too perfect. Now look, We're not 100% certain yet. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves here. We need to see more price action develop first. But here's the key level to watch. We just need to stay below this wick, and this should all play out in the next day or two. If we do get that top confirmed, that's when cryptos are going to absolutely explode. All right, now let's dive into one of my favorite charts, the Bitcoin versus gold ratio. This is where things get really interesting, guys. So here's the chart I've been watching closely. Now, I don't know if you remember when we talked about this on the weekly time frame before. And check this out. It looks like they just killed off this bullish divergence that was trying to form right here. This is huge. Let's zoom out to the 2-weekly chart, and this is where things could get absolutely saved, guys. Here's what needs to happen. Bitcoin has to pump hard in the next couple of days. And you know what? I absolutely believe it's going to happen. But wait, there's more. Look at this incredible setup we have right here. We're hitting oversold regions on this Bitcoin versus gold chart, and this is massive. Because here's the pattern. Every single time we hit these oversold levels, Bitcoin absolutely destroys gold's performance. Bitcoin becomes the ultimate outperformer against gold when we're in these zones, guys. And check this out. I'm pretty confident we're getting to that critical level. Look at that. We literally just hit oversold territory right here. This is the exact setup we've been waiting for. So let me show you something absolutely incredible. The last time we hit this oversold level was right here. You see that spot? Now look what happened next. Boom! Exactly what we'd expect. Bitcoin absolutely exploded higher from that exact same oversold zone. This is historical proof that this pattern works, guys. So at a bare minimum, and I'm talking absolute minimum here, we're about to see a major rebound upwards. I'm telling you, I believe this is going to happen. Is just my 2 cents here, right? But here's what I really think is going to happen. This isn't just going to be some small bounce, guys. This is going to snowball into something absolutely massive, way bigger than anyone is even imagining right now. And get this, I'm not the only one seeing this trend. Standard Chartered just came out with this bombshell statement. Sell gold, buy Bitcoin rotations could become more frequent. Think about that for a second. We're talking about one of the world's major banks basically saying, this gold to Bitcoin rotation is going to be the new normal. Look at this. We're literally watching major institutions come out with the exact same narrative I've been telling you about, guys. These big banks are now publicly telling everyone, I'm talking retail investors, the general public, everyone, to sell your gold and rotate into Bitcoin. This is that gold to Bitcoin pairing we've been tracking, and when we flip this chart upside down, let's see what happens here. You sell your gold and use those proceeds to buy Bitcoin instead, right? And when everyone starts doing this, it's going to send this Bitcoin gold pair absolutely soaring. The narrative is getting loud, guys. I really believe this massive shift is about to happen. But here's how we'll know for certain. It all comes down to our USD dominance chart. This is our crystal ball, guys. We absolutely must stay above this critical level, that wick right there. If we break below it and this sell gold buy Bitcoin narrative really takes off, Bitcoin is going straight back to its previous all-time high. That's just my honest opinion, but man, this setup is looking incredible. All right, so here's what we just witnessed. Gold was absolutely tanking, and for a brief moment, Bitcoin actually decoupled and started doing the complete opposite of what gold was doing. That was exciting to see, but right now, both of them are down here together, guys. Gold is sitting low, and Bitcoin is right there with it. But here's where I think the magic is about to happen. Bitcoin is going to break away and shoot upward like this, while gold keeps falling lower and lower, and that's the exact moment when all that money flowing out of gold is going to pour straight into Bitcoin. This is the rotation we've been waiting for. And then we get this absolute bombshell from Bitcoin Magazine. Federal Reserve Governor Christopher Waller just dropped this quote, and you need to hear this. I have always argued that Bitcoin was going to end up being something like electronic gold. It's a store of value. Wait, what? The Federal Reserve, the FED itself, is literally calling Bitcoin the new digital gold. This is incredible, guys. But hold up. I need you to understand something really important here. This is all part of a bigger luring mechanism, okay? Don't get completely swept away by the long-term Bitcoin hype right now. Why? Because we're still in a potential collapse phase. What we're really hunting for are these short-term narratives that can give Bitcoin the rocket fuel it needs to pump in the immediate future. So stay focused on the short-term setup while keeping the bigger picture in mind.
I was going to mention something here. What was it? I think it was something good, guys, but I forgot. I just forgot.
But here's the bottom line. All we need is for this narrative to absolutely explode and take off, right? And remember this crucial fact, guys. There is so much money sitting in gold right now. We're talking about more than 10 times the amount of money that's currently in Bitcoin's entire market cap. That's absolutely mind-blowing. Now get this. Bullish Crypto Quant just ran the numbers and they dropped this bombshell calculation. If Bitcoin captures just 10% of gold's market share, Bitcoin would rocket to $170,000. Think about that. We're not even talking about Bitcoin overtaking gold completely. Just capturing 1/10 of gold's market, and we're looking at $170,000 per Bitcoin.
Currently, Bitcoin is at 6% of gold's market share. Oh wait, I almost forgot to mention something huge about gold. You know what, guys? I genuinely believe there's a major black swan event heading our way. Now, it's not happening right this second, but I think the big one, and I mean the big one, is coming very soon. This could be the catalyst that changes everything. I think the next major rally in gold is going to happen when the black swan event finally hits. And I'm talking about the big one, guys. The mother of all black swans. So here's what I'm expecting to see with gold's price action. I want it to cool down and consolidate right around here, and then shoot up like this when that black swan event triggers. But here's the key part. Before all that happens, we want to see cryptos absolutely pump first. And how does that happen? When gold goes down in this consolidation phase, all that money is going to rotate straight into cryptocurrencies. That's my take on how this whole thing is going to play out. So we get our crypto pump first, then the black swan hits, and gold explodes later. Perfect timing for maximum gains. But here's the crazy part, guys. Even if just a tiny fraction of gold's money rotates into Bitcoin, we could still hit that $170,000 target. Remember, we only need Bitcoin to capture 10% of gold's massive market cap to reach those levels. We're not talking about all the gold money, just a small slice of that enormous pie. That's how much potential upside we're looking at here. Time. So check this out, guys. This entire chart shows gold's massive market cap represented by this purple-bluish color you see here. Now, just 10% of that total market cap, this little section right here, would be enough to send Bitcoin absolutely rocketing to $170,000. Can you believe that? We're literally looking at a small fraction of gold's market, and it would completely transform Bitcoin's price.
And here's where it gets absolutely insane, guys. Bitwise just came out with their own calculation, and get this. They're saying that if only 5%, just 5% of gold's capital rotates into Bitcoin, we're looking at Bitcoin hitting $242,000. Wait, let me say that again because this is mind-blowing. We're talking about half the percentage we just discussed, and Bitcoin would still rocket to nearly $250,000. This shows you just how much money is sitting in that gold market right now.
This is the narrative that absolutely needs to explode, guys.
This is what's going to drive everything. Now here's the thing. People are going to get caught up in all the hype and start selling their gold to buy Bitcoin. But here's what you need to understand about the bigger picture. When all the dust settles and this whole cycle is complete, gold is actually what you want to be holding long-term, not Bitcoin. So what we're looking at right now is a brilliant short-term narrative that could pump Bitcoin to these absolutely insane price levels. But remember, this is a trade, not a forever hold. Ride the Bitcoin wave up, but don't forget the end game.
All right, guys, that's exactly what I'm trying to get across to all of you. I need you to help me spread the word about this. This narrative could absolutely explode and go way beyond what anyone expects. Share this with your friends. Talk about it in your crypto groups, because this rotation from gold to Bitcoin could be the biggest opportunity we see this cycle. ...
And I think this is all going to happen very soon, guys. This chart is going to tell us everything we need to know. Look at this. We've got liquidity building up above us. Now, I'm hoping it doesn't chase that liquidity right now. Instead, I want to see it come back for it later, after this thing dumps hard and sends cryptocurrencies absolutely rocketing into the stratosphere. Let's see what happens next, but guys, I'm getting seriously excited here. I'm starting to feel those same vibes I always get when something massive is about to happen. You know that feeling when you can just sense it in the air? This is not financial advice, obviously, but I'm really hoping this turns out to be something incredible for the entire cryptocurrency space. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.